Then we got Oz Cobb, friend of the channel.
Much as a parent.
Mike
That much
knows
as a
me.
parent.
Mike knows me, just like you're talking about, you don't do this and you don't do that. But you know what the bottom line is? We've had to put up with a lot of shit. You blamed SA on somebody, and we had to fucking shut the fuck up, and you lied your fucking ass off on somebody. You talk
That was
about
not
every
a lie.
goddamn buddy.
That
You
was
talk
not
about
a lie,
every fucking
Tina.
buddy. You talk about everybody too.
That
You're
was
not
not
gonna
a
just blame
lie.
me. You got
Break up with Richie is something I never wanted to bring to the internet to begin with, at least not until we had both had some time to maybe heal or figure things out. Instead, he chose to go in Discord and start airing dirty laundry. One of those things he decided to do was sharing this video of my house, which I am deeply embarrassed about, and it's gonna suck to fuck.
Well, you should be embarrassed. It's fucking disgusting. It fucking looks like hogs live there. You talk about me all the time, and you got
Now I
fucking
gotta move
shit
you
out of bed.
for a moment. I gotta move you out for a minute. I was gonna originally do this before
Go
bringing
ahead,
you
go
in.
ahead, do it.
Some of this is serious and it needs to be addressed. So part of what came out in the Discord was allegations around the R word. Allegations. I will say that everything I said is true. Everything I said is true. But I also don't want to talk about it anymore. I never wanted to bring any of this to the Discord. I never wanted to bring any of it to the internet. Richie was not always like this. There were a lot of questions of, you know, if he was so bad, why were you always speaking so well of him? And then he was supposedly doing all these horrible things behind closed doors. He wasn't always like this. In the beginning, he was amazing. And it was a gradual and slow decline. And I know from his mother, as far as the allegations themselves, I see you guys are still talking about it in the chat. I'm glad some of you are understanding that I need my space on this. And thank you so much. I want to address a few things that I've been seeing going on. First, people pinning this on Keem. And asking Keemstar to do something. I know I look stupid when I drink, but I have to. Hang on. I don't think that Keemstar is able to do anything in this situation. Whatever he does in terms of banning Richie from a Discord or something like that, it makes it look like Keemstar is taking a stance. And the truth is, he doesn't know what happened that night. The only people in the entire world who know are me and Richie. With that being said, Richie, this is to you and no one else out here. You know what happened that night. And I work here. The Discord is my place. It's part of where I work. This is my job. I can't just leave it. I have to be there as part of engagement. But you can, and you've been choosing to stay and purposely make my life miserable. And all I have to say to that, you're not going to chase me away. Because I fought tooth and nail to get here, and this is the one opportunity that can change my life. And after you took all the most vulnerable and important things to me, the last thing I am going to let you take is this too. But as a man, Richie...
Bunny Stalker super chatted $25.23. Amber Turd would be proud of this performance.
As a
you
man,
cry almost as good as she does.
As a man, Richie, listen, that chat, fuck off, okay? Not everything is content. I haven't asked Keemstar to boot him because I don't think it's Keemstar's place. None of this is Keemstar's fault, but the person whose fault it is Richie's. And this is about all I'm going to do for the heavy talking about it, because talking about it is just, it's too hurtful. And for people who are asking about going to the cops, oh, I forgot to mention this. I'm going to be very careful with what I'm showing on camera here. Yes, there were reports filed with the police. These are copies of 2 of them. These are domestics. The reports I filed were for having Richie removed from my house because he would not leave. The same way he won't leave Discord, he wouldn't leave my property in real life either. So I filed those to have him removed. I did not file charges for the R incident. I'll answer
Spencer
why
Mercer
right after the super chat.
$25.23.
It was the worst choice I ever made in my life. I felt more victimized from going to the police than I did from the incident itself. And so for me and for my mental health, I am not subjecting myself to that again, because at the end of the day, all this is a he said, she said case. All right? Nobody knows what happened there besides me and him. And I'm not asking you guys to take any sides either. I would ask, when it comes to this part, it was no one's business. It should have never been brought up, and it never would have been brought up had Richie not been continuing to poke and poke and poke at me in the Discord. But he knows how to push my buttons, and he did, and I just couldn't keep it in any longer that he was doing that and trying to manipulate people while I knew what he did to me. Going to the police isn't really going to help anything, because this is one of those situations where, unfortunately, that's not what's going to give me justice. So we'll move on to the lighter side of this. I guess it's not light for me, but I know Tina is going to have a fucking field day with it, which is the messy house. Yeah, well,
No, that's not messy. That's fucking utterly disgusting. A mattress with shit on it? Are you fucking kidding me?
Not shit.
Come on, Becky. You're supposed to be the pretty one. You're supposed to be the fucking eye candy. You got doo-doo on your mattress.
Well, hang on a second. I'm going to see, I was just uploading the video before coming on here. So since Richie chose to invade my privacy and record my house, my entire fucking house, without my permission, while I was waiting for the police, as anything that could possibly be legal or handled by law enforcement going forward, we will not be discussing that anymore. I just wanted to address it to answer all these questions, because like it or not, I broadcast my life at least partially on the internet. So anyway,
Richie, you're live. You got a camera?
My camera's still not unpacked from coming back home.
All right. So Richie, you obviously have a lot to talk about right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to lead you into anything. Do you want to just start?
Well, I would first I would start by saying that the allegations are 100% false. There is zero basis in reality to any of the sexual abuse allegations that have been levied against me. There's not anything that could be stretched to come to that point. There's no basis in reality whatsoever. I would first and foremost completely denounce the allegations.
Okay. That's first and foremost. After that, what do you say about this?
I'm not super proud about releasing the video of her house. I didn't take the video to release the video. I took the video because I saw how she was with Review Tech after they broke up, and he says that they never actually even dated. So, whatever it was, but I took the video as a deterrent mechanism. I made her aware that I had this video, and that if she wanted to make this ugly, then we could do it that way. But I would much prefer that we just not slander one another, not talk shit about each other, and just move on. We dated for 2 months. All of this doesn't need to be happening. Like, people can just not get along and go about their lives. Like last night where she spent like 90 minutes lying about me. Like, almost nothing she said was true.
Where do you think she would get this stuff from?
Well, a lot of it is like made up completely, like the SA stuff. Like, there's no basis in reality. Some of it has a little basis in reality, like my erectile dysfunction. Like, I've never taken like a dick pill in my life. I'm 41. Like, I'm pretty okay. The problem is though that the house was so dirty and it smelled so bad that it was like really distracting. Like, I couldn't just get to that, like, over the final hump there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just too much going on. Like, I'm not to be like mean or rude or anything, but her hygiene wasn't great and her house was kind of really gross. It was just like too
Why
much.
did you stick
like,
around?
I felt really bad leaving her for something like that because she, number one, we discussed making attempts for her to get better. And number two, this is like a personal weakness. And I would much rather help her get through the personal weakness than just leave her for it, is like my mindset at the time. But once she called the cops on me for like no reason, like there was no legitimate reason to call the cops whatsoever. And like I've known females who were like that in the past. People who weaponize the police, that's like the most giant red flag to me. Like, I understand like this is like a really dangerous situation or whatever.
Were you not going to leave
Like,
the house?
Okay.
I asked her if I could stay for like an hour or two just to make sure I was under the legal limit when I drove, because like I had a couple shots or whatever. I didn't know. I don't have like a BAC. I don't really drink. So I didn't know if I was over the legal limit or not. I just didn't want to take the chance. And like, she lives kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it was like 10 degrees out, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had my cat, and I had a few drinks, and I asked her if I could just hang out in the front room for a couple hours where I had my PC set up or whatever, and I would leave as soon as I felt like I wouldn't be a risk to anybody on the road or get stopped and get in trouble personally. And the reason she called the cops was because I refused to apologize for the Discord thing. So like, she didn't feel threatened. It was like, either you apologize or I'm going to call the cops. And so, like, obviously you're weaponizing the police at that point.
Yeah.
And that's when you filmed the video, because I got a screenshot here from today at 6:29 p.m. my time. You said, I filmed when I was waiting for the cops. She knew the video existed and would be released if she slandered me, which she did. That's your words.
Yep,
what you said.
Yep.
So you
I wanted my
when you knew the cops were coming when you filmed it?
Yes, it took them like 20 minutes to get there. I knew the cops were on the way. I stayed in the computer room for the first 15 minutes of it. And when I knew that they would probably be like close, I like started coming out by the door because she was in her bedroom. I started coming out by the door to meet them at the door. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna make them come in there and get me, or like, I didn't do anything. I understand I'm not in trouble. Like, I'm not hiding at all.
Now, Richie, with her essay allegation that you say is completely baseless, she claimed that you had drugged her. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct at all.
What did she claim?
I don't even know what she claims, to be honest, because it hasn't. As far as I know, I've only seen the Discord stuff. I haven't seen any actual claims. I don't know when this supposedly happened. Keemstar said on New Year's on LolCowLive. I don't know where he got that from. I haven't seen that claim either directly. I don't know exactly when this was supposed to happen. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to have done.
She said that in the Discord, though.
I didn't see that. She wiped her Discord today at like 12:30. So if it was from yesterday, I just might have missed it.
Do you usually have drugs on you?
No, I've been off of hard drugs since 2011. I used to be, you know, quite a recreational drug user in my earlier years. I was a little wild.
Yeah.
Send a screenshot.
So Richie, we got people offering to pay big money to cover travel expenses to have you or Becky take a lie detector test. I would 100% take a polygraph test, especially if it was at no cost to me. I will go tomorrow. Yeah, we have literally people willing to back this financially. So
well, if you guys make it happen, I will 100% take a polygraph test. I'll take 2 of the motherfuckers because I didn't do anything.
Okay. Well, we have that. We have that on record.
Well, tell them to contact me. Let's make it happen. I'd be more than happy to do it.
She burned everything she ever had with me.
Oh, like you didn't do it when you tell me all these fucking dumbass shit about Richie and everybody else. Shut the fuck up, Becky. You've done the same. Don't explain me.
Hey, you already leaked shit about me. You're free to leak whatever the fuck you want now. You've already done your damage, Tina.
Yeah, whatever. It don't matter.
It's just that I had way more shit to say.
I don't care what you have to say.
That much is apparent. That much is apparent.
Mike knows me, just like you're talking about, you don't do this and you don't do that. But you know what the bottom line is? We've had to put up with a lot of shit. You blamed SA on somebody, and we had to fucking shut the fuck up, and you lied your fucking ass off on somebody. You talk about every goddamn buddy.
That was not a lie, Tina.
You talk about everybody too.
That was not a lie.
You guys had a conversation.
If you want to say that's your opinion.
You told me what they said. Let me replays. Let me stop. Let me talk. You called her.
All you do is talk.
She was not in character. She had to go back to crying. She was too happy doing the pig. You said she was not in character. She has to go back to doing this. That's a private fucking call with you three, bitch.
Yes.
Okay, so you were saying.
You do it too, bitch.
Am I allowed to talk now? You were saying I lied about SA. You better. I certainly never told you that because that's not the truth. So I just want to make clear that's your fucking opinion because I absolutely
super chatted $20. Keem unban me.
But you're making it sound like I fucking told you that, and that is absolutely not fucking true. I actually got assaulted, and I let it go because I wanted to stay on this show.
Who lets a sexual assault go because you want to be on a show? But you couldn't stay with us